Welcome back. Here we are, episode 2 of Xscape, still kicking it. And I have to tell y'all, this was a great fucking episode. This show is good as fuck. Now, y'all know I was very underwhelmed with yesterday's episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta. The shit was boring as fuck. And it's crazy. Housewives is supposed to be the prime time show of the night, then followed by Xscape and Married to Medicine. But it's looking like Real Housewives can come on after Xscape and Married to Medicine because it's fucking boring. But with that said, this episode of Xscape was so good. Now, it opened up with Candy and her friend Tam, which stands for Tamara, but I don't know where the fuck they get Tan from. Because if it's Tamara, it's Tamra, or I believe it's spelled I believe it's spelled like Tamara, but they pronounce her name Tamara. So I don't understand how the fuck Tan came out of Tamara. I don't know. But anyway, they at the OLG, and Tan was, expressing to Candy how much she misses her and how they've been unable to hang out. And Candy was like, yeah, bitch, I've been so busy with this motherfucking Xscape shit. Now, they revealed to us that, for those of us who didn't already know, that Tamra was an original member of Xscape. If y'all want to watch her perform with Xscape, you can go find their Teen Summer performance where they perform Hold On by En Vogue. With that said, they were talking about what was going on. Candy was like, man, I'm not really feeling how them hoes put my name on a motherfucking company and didn't even let me know. I had to find out after the fact. And Tam was like, bitch, broke bitches gonna do broke bitch shit. They're gonna try to use you up for as much as they can to get what they can out of it. Some people never change, and some people always gonna do shit for $1. Now, granted, Tan knows Xscape, as she was a member with them in the beginning. However, she still came across so motherfucking bitter that they voted her out the group. Now, to be honest, that was some whole shit, Xscape. Y'all should have just been like, look, you are first manager. We gonna find a new... somebody should have been there and was like, no, we're not about to vote out our group member. But as y'all see, Xscape had a history of repeating they don't have each other's backs. Like, they didn't have Tan's back when they kicked her out the group. The only person who had Tamika's back when she got pregnant and was in jeopardy of being kicked out of the group was Tasha, and I feel like she only had her back because that was her sister. Had they not been sisters, her ass probably would have been out the fucking group with a whole baby on the fucking poster saying babies having babies, don't let it happen to you. Then they didn't have each other's back when it came to singing lead. Like, it was all Tasha singing lead. So, not all the time, but for the most part, she had some of the best parts all the fucking time. So they just never had each other's back. And as you can see, Tan is still fucking bitter about being kicked out of that goddamn group. And she has every right to feel some type of way, but it's time to let it go. And as you can see, she really don't care for Tasha and Tamika. And I just feel as though for Candy to be in her shoes, Tan is not the type of bitch that you want to listen to. Because Tan could have potentially had Candy saying, you know what, fuck it. These bitches trying to use me for a come up, and I'm not going to let it happen. So, the next scene starts with them going into rehearsal. Tiny's like, look, the energy was fucked up yesterday. We need to have a little conversation really quick. So she asked the band to leave. Bitch, the band left and never fucking came back. They was like, them bitches crazy. So we just about to make our exit. So they made their exit and immediately got into them talking about their personal issues. With Tiny opened up the floor, was that anybody have anything they want to say? And immediately it became Candy and Tasha, like how it was back in the day. And Tasha was like, you know what, we never get on page. What's the issue? She like, bitch, you and I don't see eye to eye. That's what it is. And she like, why? She like, bitch, I don't fucking know. And Tasha's like, well, Candy, you always had something to say when I was singing a lot, remember? Candy told her, girl, bye. That shit was so funny. She wasn't even trying to listen to what Tasha had to say. She was like, Candy, you just had something to say about me. She said, girl, bye. She was not trying to hear it. She was like, bitch, that actually wasn't even my issue. My issue was you set up our third album to get your solo album. Tasha like, bitch, hell nah. I didn't set it up. My voice set it up. Now, Tasha, come on. Let's be clear. Granted, you are very talented. I don't know who's more talented in the group between you and Tamika, but you are very talented. However, you still took the deal and you were not willing to compromise because you sat up there. And what kills me with Tasha is like she keeps acting like the victim in the situation when she keeps asking, what was I supposed to do? Tasha, you compromise. That's all it is. You could have easily said, you know what? I'm going to let Tamika do this because I know for a fact Tamika can do this part. Or she can be like, actually, Tiny and Candy can split this part, or Candy and Tamika can split this part. Now I just come in here and there. You did not always have to take every single lead. And with Tamika sounding so much like you, except she seems to have a little bit more power, whereas you have more versatility, she could have easily done a lot of your parts. But you weren't feeling that. You wanted to be all about you. And like Candy said, some people just want to forget the part they played in history. And I feel like Tasha has selective amnesia with how she acted in the group when it came to singing lead. Like, granted, I mean, not even granted. Like I said, you and Tamika are both the most talented in the group, so I don't know why you were so comfortable with your sister playing a back seat to you. And I don't understand why, with that course of action you take, Tamika still blindly follows you. Like, I wouldn't have been down for that. But with that being said, Tamika, she was just a down for it ass bitch. So they arguing, and Candy's like, you set it up, and Tasha's like, no, I didn't set it up, but I took it at the end of the day. And she was like, you know what, our attorney came to us and told us that you were not doing our third album unless you got your solo album. And then she looked at Tiny like, Tiny, come on, because Candy, because she's showing us that whenever something happens and she's on the opposition, she's always the only one on the opposition. Even though Tamika knows what Candy is saying is right, she's not going to go against her sister, which is a terrible dynamic for the group. But she like, Tiny, come on. And Tiny was like, okay, so Tasha, you already know they was going to give us $4 million on this album, and they didn't know if you were going to stay, and they didn't want to invest. They weren't going to get their money back, so they gave us $800,000 instead. Y'all remember that? And Tasha and Tamika was just looking fucking stupid. They remembered that shit. They just ain't want to remember. They was hoping it never came up, but it did. And Candy's like, thank you, vindication, validation. And then she even asked Tamika, and Tamika was like, nope, I'm not getting involved between y'all two, because last time I got involved with y'all two, I got in trouble. But it's like, bitch, just tell the fucking truth. Because you got in the middle, you told some lies. Like, it's different for you to get in trouble for telling the truth. You told some fucking lies. Like, you dog Candy out when you said she slept with all the so-so deaf. Like, you wasn't giving no fucks. Like I said, if that was me, I probably would have beat your ass and then reunited with you later. But that was the end of that. And for everybody who wanted to know, like, what was really going on, and one thing because everybody's going in on Candy, saying Candy's acting like she's this and she's that. No, Candy has reluctance. She has hesitance because the group broke up. She was the odd man out, and it was bad blood. It was bad blood. And then now it's just like everybody wants to come back and act like nothing ever happened. And for me, I don't move like that. If I do something wrong, or if I'm on the fucked up end of something, then I will acknowledge it and I will apologize for it. And I feel as though that's something that has to be done in every single relationship. Like, you have to acknowledge your faults. The other person does too, and y'all both have to apologize and agree to move forward in the right direction. So everybody's like, Candy has a stank-ass attitude. No, Candy is uncertain at this point. I don't know where she is now. We'll get into that, but at this point, she is uncertain. So that explains her attitude. She's like, man, I don't even know if this is going to go well. Oh, my God. Damn. I can have a fucking do not disturb on my motherfucking door. But anyway, y'all gotta excuse my glasses. If I could edit that part out, I would. But with that being said, she has reluctance, and she's not so gung-ho about doing this reunion when they haven't even resolved any of their issues to make sure the things that happened before don't happen again. So I'm glad for this episode. It's putting everything in perspective of why Candy feels the way she feels, with her reluctance to getting back with the group, and what really caused the turmoil in the group, and what really led to their breakup. Because like I said, I attribute the failing work relationship between Candy and Tasha, Tasha's relationship with their manager, and Candy's relationship with Jermaine Dupri as the reason why they all broke up. So I really feel as though Candy and Tasha broke up Xscape. That's my opinion. But furthermore, after that whole debacle, Tasha pulls Candy to the side and was like, look, we got to get this right, because our relationship about to fuck up my money. So I want my money right. We gotta fix it. My glasses are crooked as fuck, y'all, so don't clown me too bad. This part right here is broken, so I gotta do what I can. So with that being said, one side, Tasha's like, well, I don't know, if something went wrong, I did something, let me know. And Candy's like, Tasha, we've just never gotten along. We've never been on the same page about anything. We came together when it's time to sing, but other than that, we just don't get on the same page. Then she goes on to say that it always felt like Xscape versus her, and that she would just be looking for her mother to console her, because she felt like she didn't have anyone in the group to console her, to help her go through it. And Tasha's like, well, I never knew that you felt that alone. And Candy didn't see how she didn't see it, but I understand how Tasha didn't see it, because at the time, like, you have to think about it. Xscape is just arguing all the time, like there's just turmoil, there's mutiny within the group. And then you have her boyfriend and their manager telling her that she's the group, she don't need them. Then you also have all the criticism that she takes from being the bigger girl of Xscape. So, she's going through a lot of shit inside that she's internalizing, let alone she has to come and work. Everybody knows, I'm pretty sure anybody can relate to having shit going on at home and then have to come on and perform at work. It's not always easy. And then when you're going through your own shit, it's so much harder for you to try to look at someone else and see how you can help them when you haven't even helped yourself, or no one seems to be helping you, especially if you and that bitch don't even get along. So she probably did see Candy hurting, but she like, bitch, I'm hurt. I got my own problems. Fuck her. We don't even get along anyway. And I can understand that. But, she swears up and down like she would have, well, she says she didn't see it, but I guess she feels as though, she would have been there had things been right. But things weren't right with her, and things weren't right within the groups. Therefore, she probably genuinely didn't see it. But I feel like genuinely she wanted to be there, but there was just those circumstances that were just pulling them apart. And they got to talking about Candy's brother Patrick, which you could tell was very emotional for both of them, because Patrick ended up dying. I know that has to be hard for Candy. I can't imagine losing any of my older siblings. Imagine that being just the hardest void that you will never be able to feel, especially when you surpass the age that they died. That was pretty crazy. But it seemed to me that they had somewhat of understanding for each other's plight. Like, Tasha didn't see it, and Tasha understands that Candy was hurting and she felt alone. So they agreed to move on, and they were going to try to get on the same page, because Candy's biggest complaint since last episode and this episode is that she just feels fucking alone. So Tasha agreed to make sure that she don't feel alone and that she stays in the loop. I'm taking these off. I don't want y'all seeing me with my crooked glasses. Now, with that said, they started working on their rehearsal again, and I just don't understand why these dance steps are so hard for them to fucking do. I mean, like, y'all aren't that fucking old. SWV can do it, who is y'all same age. Y'all definitely can do it. If TLC can do it, who's older than y'all can do it. So I just don't understand why they're having so much hard times with these motherfucking rehearsals. They're working on the rehearsals. They suck. But we did get to see Candy and Tasha come together and work for their BET Awards performance, it was the performance was okay. It was just okay. It could have been better, but that's all I'm gonna say about the performance. With that said, then you get to see how Rocky and Tasha talk feel about the group, and as well as Candy and Todd. And it's just like I'm glad to see that Tasha's willing to just step in and just say, "Hey, I'm here." And I just really feel like for Tasha, you should just shut the fuck up. Like you should just be glad that the group is getting back together because, like I said, you have all the best parts and all their singles and damn near a lot of their fucking songs. So in the end, you're all after all their shows and all their tours, you're always gonna come out good. So I feel like you should be fine with just letting Candy take the lead. Maybe when y'all record new music, y'all can spread the wealth. Everyone wield the sword, but right now you're always gonna be delivering those vocals at the shows, regardless of what goes on into putting these shows together. Everyone's gonna remember your voice more than everyone else's at these concerts. So I just really feel like you should just chill out and just be like, whatever, do whatever, because I'm still gonna kill. I'm still gonna have the last note, But anyway, in closing, I don't know. On Watch What Happens Live, Xscape is making new music without Candy, and Candy was saying that she's doing Broadway, and that they haven't rehashed a lot of things in order for them to make music together now. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's about who's gonna sing lead and who's not gonna sing lead. But I feel like this. In Vogue, vocally best girl group ever came out. One thing about In Vogue, when they came out, everybody fucking sang. Sometimes it'll be 3 girls to a song. Sometimes it'll be 4 girls to a song. And then sometimes it would just be 1 girl to a song. Like Max did Giving Up, Turn It Loose. Terry did Don't Go. Not Lucy. Dawn did Giving Him Something He Can Feel. And Cindy did Hold On. Terry opened up, but for the Hold On itself, Cindy did all of that. So I just feel though for Xscape, they should definitely be able to do that. Tasha, you don't have to sing all the fucking time, and you definitely don't have to go into new Xscape getting all the best parts. Because like I said, there's no reason why Tamika can't step up to where you shut up. You know what I mean? And like I said, all of them can sing and do parts on new Xscape material. So maybe that's what Candy meant when she said things haven't been rehashed, but I don't know. But hopefully, wherever they are together, they do continue to make new music, because I'm actually looking forward to it. Like I said, I'm a huge Xscape fan, but I gotta keep it real with them hoes. I gotta keep it real with Candy, and I gotta keep it real with Tasha. But all in all, last night's episode was a great episode. I'm looking forward to more episodes. I hope y'all are too, and I hope y'all tune in to more of my reviews of this shit. So y'all be easy.